Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Today we have the abandoned mining outpost with a little bit of mystery, a mystery thing. um, but here's a short snippet of that. So I'll play the rest of it in the end. Now I'm going to talk about how I made it. I am very excited to present this to you all. This is my first build of a diorama that I have referenced from another YouTuber. I've been watching Boylai Hobby Time. Oh, it's so hard to pronounce. Boylai Hobby Time. He's a great YouTuber who makes dioramas almost every week, and you can check him out over here. I'll put his link in the bio as well. I'm sure a lot of people have already subscribed to him, but he is someone who inspired me to do something like this. So yeah, I'm making a mining outpost. This mining outpost is... The story behind this mining outpost is that it has been abandoned by the people that used to work here, and nobody knows why, and it's a mystery. So to start building this, I have used a lot of paper, dowels, basswood, and paper mache to make most of the parts. I started out with making the main structure first, the house, the building that the people can, have a lunch break in, that can sleep there, just hang out. And so the storyline is this outpost was built a while back, and since I have this steampunk world that I'm trying to build, I wanted to build something similar, a steampunk inspired mining outpost. I started out with the basic house structure. You can see the house is made of basswood. It has, a basic 4 walls and a roof over. I tried to make all the four walls differently. Some of them have wood pieces that have been attached later on. There's some that have a different type of construction, so each wall has a different thing going on to show that, this is a ramshackled thing that the miners have probably, put together by themselves from whatever they could find around. After gluing together the 4 walls of this house, I started on the roof. The roof has been something that I haven't been able to get around, and I was inspired by Boylai Hobby Time and one of his friends that makes really cool roofs. And so that's how I made the roof. I got some paper and I cut it into these shingle patterns, and then I pasted each of those shingle lines onto each other, and then I glued them onto the rooftop, the structure part of the rooftop. Once the roof for the house was done with the 4 walls, it was time to start with the deck. The outer ring of deck that this place has. I wanted to add a deck because since this house is on a cliffside, standing on some stilts and some supports, I wanted to have a gallery viewing space that would allow for the miners that are taking a break to enjoy the scenery around them. Just in general, have a place where they can hang out outside. So I added some planks and some railings outside. The railings are made from some string, and there's not a lot of safety here, as you can see. A lot of mines back in the day, I would say, were not very safely done. There were no standards to go by, so that's what I was trying to show here. I further then made a small shed in front of this house because I thought maybe if they had some kind of control units, some radio stuff out there that they can, in emergencies climb up and let some supervisors know, that would be, something that would be cool. So I added a little bit of a shed, so an arrival area of some sort. I also added some broken pieces of wood in that shed, so it would seem like it has been abandoned. After that, it was time to raise this platform. I used stilts and two structural pieces that would hold up the entire structure of the house and the platforms. And I also made some smaller stilts to support the shed. Then I moved into making the terrain. As you can see, the terrain is made out of some cardboard. You can see it's all made from Pizza Hut cardboard. This is my sustainable way of making terrain. You can also go look up my video for making cheap terrain. I show how to make very cheap terrain. This would probably cost you the price of a pizza, but you get a pizza out of it. So it's a win-win situation. So moving on, I put some terrain on there. You can see I drew some terrain, and then after that I put paper mache on the terrain to cover up the Pizza Hut cardboard. I put some terrain around this block of wood that I had for a base. After that, I added a mining entrance because we have to show a place where the mine is, and so there is a mining entrance. I just cut a hole into the dried paper mache and put some structural wood pieces on it. After that, it was time to put some greeblies. The greeblies are all based on a steampunk world. As I've said before, I like to add steampunk to the current world buildings. So it's a mixture of contemporary and steamwork. After adding the greeblies, I started painting the terrain. The terrain is a very brown colored. It's very Colorado, deserty-esque, if you can call it that. I put some paste on there to make it more rugged, more stone-like rather than a paper mache look. And then I painted it again over with a darker black color to give it more of a rock shade kind of look. I also painted the sides, the base a blacker color so it doesn't take away too much from what's on top. And then I started painting the house. The house has been painted a dark brown color for the wood pieces. Greeblies have been painted some reds and blues, and then some metallic paints to make them, look like they are metallic objects. I added a lot of greeblies, some wiring and stuff. I usually use some string for wiring, but I also found some metal wire at a hobby store that I'm just using for some of the metal pieces. But wire can be made from string and some glue. After that, I painted some signs of keep out and no people allowed and mine entry signs that would give an idea that this place has been abandoned, or just in general people don't want other public to come onto this private property. After the painting was done, it was time to place the building onto the terrain. As you can see, I made sure that there was enough space for the stilts to go onto that shed area that was added onto the building. The building fit perfectly onto the terrain. Once that was done, I put some trees on the backside of the house. These trees I just made from some dowels and some moss that I bought from, hobby store. And yeah, that was about it. I just had to put some stilts on to the shed and it was done. Once again, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video and learned some things from it. I hope you go look at Boylai Hobby Time. He has some really cool stuff going on over there. Don't forget to subscribe, let your friends know I do some things like this if they are interested in diorama, mini painting, all that stuff. Like and share, subscribe, and comment down below. Let me know what I should make next, what you're interested in. And yeah, I will play you guys the cinematics. Bye bye.